Hi guys, in this video we will discuss about what is the difference between undefined and not defined. So undefined is basically a keyword and not defined is basically a reference error. So in this video we again having a new thing about JavaScript. So before we are getting started, let's just introduce myself first. I'm Shubham Gupta and this YouTube channel will help you out with learning about HTML, CSS, SCSS, JS, TS, ES, a lot more thing around this. So without wasting any time, let's just get started. So let's just understand this by taking an example. So in this example, let's suppose I'm creating a variable a and I'm just going to print this using console log a. So if I save this, you can see here like this is printing as undefined. So what does that mean? That a variable is declared but it is undefined. So what is the difference between a declared variable or undefined? So undefined is basically the keyword of JavaScript. It says that the memory allocation is allotted to that variable, but it doesn't contain any value. Okay, so it is not like that it is having a null or empty or zero, but it is actually not assigned by any kind of value. So this is what we call undefined variable. Okay, so let's suppose if we call console.log, let's suppose b, which is actually not even declared. So if I save this and look into the console that there is a reference error, b is not defined. So the major difference between undefined and not defined is that undefined means your variable is declared. Now it already allotted with the memory in the JavaScript, and for not defined means it's a reference error. Actually, whatever the variable you are expecting for, it actually doesn't exist. Okay, so this is the major difference. So if I just remove this won't show any issues now. And let's suppose if I do this before the variable declaration, so then also it works same, because in JavaScript execution context, like in the global execution context, it will start with the memory allocation first. So it will go to the JavaScript file and it will allocate all the memory wherever it requires, and then it start with the executable codes like this var a. It is not an executable code because it's just giving a memory to a variable a, and into the execution context, so there is a single line which is console.log, and passing a will give the value of a, and here a is undefined. Okay, so we can also change the value, like just remove this and you can just change the value a equals to 5, and then I need to console log it. Then you can see that there is undefined and then 5. So in JavaScript there is a loosely data type, so loosely coupled data type, so you can change the data type anytime. Okay, so for this I strongly recommend not to use this way. Like I always say that please provide something at the point when you are declaring the variable. So try to provide 0, so it will automatically turn into the uh, integer. So this is the magic in JavaScript. So you must use this feature. And if you don't want to do anything, just write null. So it will give you null of 5. So null is something which won't be considered as an integer or as a string or as a character or as a float or number or whatever. But the 0 is an integer specific. Okay, so you can now change it to anything. Okay, so people use this way also, like a equals to undefined, which is again a keyword. I just told you that this is a keyword. Whenever you declare any variable, it get memory and it is not assigned with any value, then there is a keyword provided by JavaScript that it is undefined. So if you do like this is again doable. Like this will perform the undefined, like null 5 and undefined. But I strongly not suggest this, because this is not the right way. Like we are again removing the value out of any variable. So I would recommend to provide null or delete this variable directly instead of providing undefined to it. Okay, so like this way we use the undefined. And there is another way of checking, like if a equals to undefined, then then console.log a is undefined, and let's suppose if it is not like that, then it is not undefined. Okay, so now here you can see that it is checking with the undefined and is undefined. And if I just remove these two lines, let's suppose, and now I'm checking this, so a is not undefined. Okay, so we can check with the with the keyword as well, like it is undefined or not. And if I directly write a of not, then also it will bug. So a is not undefined. Okay, so like this way you can differentiate the difference between the undefined and the not defined. Again, for the wrap up, just telling this: whenever you declare any variable in JavaScript, the program call stack, the program execution context will provide a memory to that variable, and that variable holds a keyword which is undefined, means nothing, it is not assigned with anything. So this is basically undefined. And if you haven't even declared any variable and then you are using it, it will be a reference error, which is called that variable is not defined. So that is all. So please, if you have any query over this, please do comment and let me know that what are the confusion or what are the questions. And catch me soon for the other videos, and happy new year as well. So thank you so much. So please subscribe my channel and watch out these videos. Thank you.